Good morning, guys. It is Monday, March 11th, 2024. This is Bathrow Business. I'm Georgi Oganov. I got the coffee and I got the news. I'm also very groggy. I think daylight savings has really hit me hard this time, and I'm not exactly sure why. So let's jump into the news. I only have a few stories to share with you guys. I don't think there's anything that's really groundbreaking here, but a few stories that are of interest, and I think that could affect the market for this week. I think tomorrow is going to be a big day. So tomorrow we're expecting core CPI data to come out. I know PCE data came out a couple weeks, showed inflation was doing better than we expected. I think core CPI is still going to come in hot. I think it's going to come in above estimates, honestly, because just I don't know, call it a feeling, call it intuition, call it personal shopping. Just this weekend, I went out with my girlfriend. We did the shopping for the week. We ended up spending $400 for our weekly shopping. I'm not even kidding. I have no idea what we bought. We bought detergent. We bought groceries. We bought toilet paper, paper towels, things like that. And we ended up spending $400 on all of our supplies between Walmart and Costco. And that's only taking care of dinner for about 3 days. Again, nothing fancy. We're making chuck roast. And then at the same time, everywhere I go, I just don't see the crowds of people I did just a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago. I think that inflation is going to come in hotter than expected tomorrow. I think it's up again. And so we'll see how the market reacts in the morning. But if I had to put money on it, I think inflation is going to come in hot. I also think the fact that we've seen this spike in gold price over the last couple weeks, last couple months, is a sign that inflation is going to come in very hot. Gold is a reserve, and the fact that it's going up, it means something. I know a lot of my last major video I did on gold, I had a lot of people comment about, you don't understand the market. It's a global economy. There's global banks buying up gold, et cetera, et cetera. There's no question of that. Obviously, there's moves happening in the market that aren't just domestic but international. However, the data points just don't correspond. Gold has just skyrocketed exponentially. It hasn't been a slow rise over the course of the last year. A lot of the gold buying happening internationally is with central banks, mostly with central banks. And the spikes are supposed to be, I should say the elevation in price should be gradual, but these spikes are massive. All of a sudden in 1 week, it'll go up $100. Another week, it'll go up another 100. That doesn't correspond with central bank purchases. I think this is inflationary numbers. So I think expect to see hotter than expected numbers tomorrow. Also, actually, as a great example, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has now hit a new record of 72,000. So its previous record was 69,000. It has now broken that. It is at 61 and change right now. Let me give you the latest number. Current Bitcoin price is 71,903, but it did touch 72. And gold is still at 2184. So gold is near 2,200. Both can be attributed to various things. You could talk about gold as far as consumer markets go. You could talk about Bitcoin as far as ETFs go. But the fact that both of these are considered reserves and they're going up, I think is a sign of inflation. Next story is about Walmart. Walmart's investing heavily in generative AI, general AI. And as we know, we've talked about Walmart making major moves in regards to buying Vizio, specifically for Vizio TV. So they are more and more positioning themselves into tech to compete with Amazon. This isn't new news. They have been doing this over the course of the last decade. This is just another step. So essentially, they don't want you to even use Google or ChatGPT. They want you to search for products within the Walmart website itself, using AI to make suggestions for purchases, help you find information. So you could say, what's the best way to have a Super Bowl party, and Walmart.com will tell you, oh, here's what you need, here's what you should do, here's some decorating tips, here's people that have done successful parties, etc. So Walmart's investing heavily into this. Next story is about Reddit. So Reddit is set to IPO in the next coming weeks. Actually, I don't have the exact date, but I know the IPO is coming. It's at a $6.4 billion valuation. They plan to raise about $750 million. They also plan to have the share price between $31 and $34 a share. Interesting factor is 1.76 million shares are actually going to go to Reddit users. So Reddit moderators who are frequently using the site and who created their accounts prior to January 1st have an option to buy the stock before it IPOs. and then they can actually sell as soon as it IPOs, which is rare because usually there's a holding period of 90 days or 6 months while you can't share the stock if you got in before the IPO. So they are exempt from that. That's kind of a major move as they're trying to democratize the IPO process. I think it's an interesting maneuver. We'll see what it yields. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's as major as a lot of people are giving it credit. Last story of the day is just about Rivian and EVs. So Rivian is doing better than it has. It's had issues like a lot of manufacturers over the course of the last couple of years, the last couple of quarters. Rivian is disappointed in sales over the last several quarters, but currently their stock price is up simply because they unveiled a new model, the R2, and they have halted a $5 billion factory plan in Georgia. So they are based in Illinois right now. They are planning to open a new facility in Georgia to manufacture their cars. However, that would have cost them $5 billion. So essentially, this is a cost-saving maneuver. This is boosting stock price. A lot of people are very bullish on Rivian. I guess I am, from the fact that they are heavily invested in with Amazon. Right? I'm surprised Amazon doesn't just buy them out entirely, seeing as how every Amazon truck is a Rivian truck. And so I think that's what's really propping them up. That's why I'm not as bullish on them as a lot of people think. I do see them on the road. I actually don't like them. I think they're ugly cars. I think the Cybertruck's like the ugliest car, but at least most Teslas actually look pretty good. I do not like Rivians. For my fellow millennials, I think it looks like a Mudkip. For those that know Pokemon, I would just say Google Mudkip Pokemon and tell me that doesn't look like a Rivian. I think they're just ugly ass cars. But the main reason I don't think that I'm as bullish on Rivian as a lot of other people is I don't think they're market tested, and I don't think they have real money if you take Amazon out of it. I think Amazon is really the main subsidy. If Amazon was to go away, Rivian would go under pretty quickly. I think they would be on the level of Lucid. I know a lot of people love Lucid. It has kind of a cult following. They're considered good cars. I find them kind of plain, but whatever. I'm not an EV guy to begin with, so who am I to judge? But I think they would be on the level of Lucid. I don't think they would have the competition power to go up against Tesla if Amazon was not there. That's pretty much it. Those are the major stories of the day. Like I said, it's going to be very short. Nothing too interesting happening. But tomorrow we'll look at those inflation numbers. Like I said, I think inflation is going to come in high. Even before I started this post, I was reading about an article in Nigeria where the cost of living has skyrocketed drastically. One mother's income was down from about 30,000 of their dollars per month. Per week, down to 5,000. The cost of living is increasing. Sales are going down. It's a global phenomenon where we're facing high inflation, supply chain issues, cost of living increases, and I don't think the U.S. is going to be able to curb a lot of that. So I think the inflation numbers are honest. They're going to come in hot tomorrow. I think they're going to come in above 3%. We'll see in the morning. I hope you guys have a productive day, and I'll see you tomorrow.